two brothers are turning busted skateboards into furniture and bowls. Adrian and Martinez Poole have been skating the streets of Alberta, Canada for more than 20 years. They've now turned that hobby into a thriving business.
At the beginning, we were only building from the material that we were able to scrounge up through like dumpster diving outside construction sites, and then also the skateboards.
About 2 million skateboards end up in landfills every year. After working in construction, the Poole brothers have spent the past decade upcycling thousands of those boards into earrings, coffee tables, and their signature bowls.
Seeing just the amount of material that gets thrown out on construction sites is pretty alarming. That's something that we factor into our approach with our work.
We went to Calgary to see how their company, Adrian Martinez, is making homeware out of worldwide waste. Skateboards are made out of maple wood that goes through a special treatment, allowing it to be peeled into thin sheets. Each board, or deck, has about 7 layers of those sheets glued together. That makes deconstructing the boards a bit tricky.
They're extremely hard on equipment, mainly because they are made out of hard maple and then a lot of glue.
But the quality of wood leads to durable products.
The skateboards are the nicest plywood that is made because it's solid maple the whole way through.
And in Calgary, with about a dozen public skate parks, there are plenty of boards available.
I think the community in Calgary is really strong. It's really growing.
Martinez picks broken boards up from local skate shops every week.
We'll also get calls from moms when they see our work, and they'll be like, I've got my son's boards in the garage and I'm gonna throw them out, come get them.
The brothers usually get about 55 boards a month from store owners like Kevin and bring them back to their workshop. Adrian and Martinez worked as carpenters for a combined 9 years, and they were bothered by the amount of waste they saw.
The leftovers from a hardwood flooring job are getting thrown out because you can't fold those back into a different job. So now basically anything that's 2 inches by up to 8 inches is something that we can use in our process.
After a few years in construction, the brothers switched to finer work installing cabinets, windows, and doors. That's when they discovered the unique qualities of building with upcycled boards. It started as a hobby with boards donated by their friends.
The first project that we really discovered that we could do, the material is the possibility with it is pretty endless, is that we made some baseball bats.
Adrian's wife joined them in 2014 and began experimenting with other ways to use the boards, like jewelry. The first step is to remove the grip tape.
Ideally, we like to do in the summer on a hot day, and we just leave the boards out in the sun for half an hour, and that heats up the glue enough so that you can peel them off. The next step is getting the boards back down to just bare wood. We have to remove the clear coat that you can see on the top, as well as the graphic and anything left on them so that the glue can adhere properly. We've butchered them into all their congruent parts.
These strips might become earrings, tables, credenzas, or in this case, a bowl. To make a bowl, Martinez stacks and glues tails and noses together.
Each bowl takes 20 of these nose and tail sections. I sort of start looking at them based upon the size and how much curve they are. And then so I'll sort of start with one that looks extra big. Make sure that they'll line up and they look congruent so that they'll laminate together well. So this is basically the layout of how the bowl is going to look and what the colors are going to be in it.
The boards are clamped together for 24 hours and left to cure for a couple more days after that.
And then the corners are cut off on the bandsaw, and after that's done, they're mounted on the lathe.
Then he shapes and hollows out the block of boards using skew chisels, bowl gouges, and scrapers. Martinez makes bowls in batches of about 15, each batch taking 2 to 3 weeks. Board manufacturers use different veneers and dyes on each deck, which makes every one of the Poole brothers' products unique. Martinez makes about 70 bowls a year, and they sell for almost $400 each, about 4 times the price of a new skateboard. And it turns out people love watching them take shape. The company relies mainly on Instagram and TikTok for promotion.
Social media is essential for this company. Instagram is basically what allowed us to have this business and continue going as we have.
For decades, skaters have faced all kinds of negative stereotypes. In films and television, they're often portrayed as slackers and delinquents. But the sport has earned respect over time and had its first Olympic appearance in 2021.
Luckily, skateboarding got to go through this growth cycle so that skateboarding now is as big as any Olympic sport and has big mainstream sponsors, has huge events.
Now, generations of skaters who grew up playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater are starting to give back. Skaters like Ryan Flynn, whose online store, Chops, is also turning old boards into new products.
We like functional works of art, functional products. Anything from sunglasses to pool cues to screwdrivers. We like them to be used. We like them to have a real second life.
He says perceptions have changed since he started skating.
My mom told me way later in life, she's like, my friends told me to make sure you don't skateboard and try to get that out of his hands because he's going to turn out to be a loser. I'm so thankful she never listened to him.
Ryan hopes his products will push others to think more about the environment.
Even though we appreciate recycling and it's like something we've grown into, it's trickled down to other parts of our lives too, right? It's like we're more conscious.
Likewise, the Poole brothers believe their efforts will get skaters to consider what happens after they're done with their boards.
I think we definitely inspire people to get into woodworking or try to recycle skateboards or that sort of stuff.